Hey everybody, Dr. Seth here at the Cafe of Life. Why do you think your body keeps feeling tight, stiff, and off, even without an injury? A lot of people wake up stiff, tight, sore, and immediately assume something is wrong with how they slept. Maybe it's a stiff neck, maybe it's tight shoulders, maybe it's that constant ache in the back that kind of keeps showing up again and again. And usually the first thought is, I must have slept wrong, or maybe I need a better pillow. But that's not necessarily the case. Most of the time, that's not actually the real issue. What we see over and over is that these problems are usually building throughout the day, little by little, through posture, through movement habits, stress, sitting, driving, scrolling on the phones, working at our desks, carrying kids, repetitive movements, all the normal things people do each and every day. Your body's constantly adapting to how you use it, and eventually it starts talking back. It gives us what we call body signals. That stiffness you feel in the morning, that reoccurring shoulder tightness that's there all the time, that back tension that never really fully goes away, those are often signs that your body's been compensating for a long time. And it's that compensation that's really important to understand, because your body's smart. The body's super smart. If something isn't moving well, your body will find another way to get the job done. It'll recruit other muscles, other joints, different movement patterns. At first, you don't really notice it, not too big of a deal. But over time, those compensations create tension, fatigue, restriction, discomfort. One of the biggest contributors we see today is generally your posture. So when people think of the word posture, they often think of like someone sitting up perfectly straight like a robot all day. But we all know that's totally not realistic. Nobody holds perfect posture for 24/7. That's just not how it works. That's not the goal. The bigger issue is prolonged posture. Your body staying in the same position for hours at a time. Your head bowed, your shoulders rounded, your upper back's locked up. We're looking down at our phones. We're sitting at our computers. We're driving. We're working long hours without enough movement variation. And what's interesting is that even small shifts in posture create more stress on the body than people really realize. For example, when your head moves slightly forward, the load on your neck increases dramatically. Your muscles start working overtime just to hold your head up. And eventually they fatigue, they tighten. And then people wake up and they wake up with neck stiffness and they assume it happened overnight. But that's not the case, really. We know that these patterns were building all day long. The same thing happens with the shoulders, right? So a lot of our shoulder problems don't begin with one major trauma or one major injury. People just slowly notice, my shoulder doesn't move the way it used to. Reaching overhead feels tight. It's lifting feels kind of awkward. There's a catching sensation. I feel like my shoulders kind of catching, or the neck and the upper back are constantly tense all the time. The shoulder is actually one of the most complex joints in the body. It depends on coordination between multiple different muscles and joints all working together smoothly. When posture changes and movement patterns change, those muscles begin compensating. And when those muscles begin compensating, and they shift into protection mode, they stop allowing free movement. So instead of smooth motion, you get tightness, you get restriction. Then the neck and the upper back, they start helping out more than they should. That's why people often feel like shoulder and neck tension go hand in hand. They go together. It's usually part of the same overall movement pattern, and the back works the same way. People often think back pain is just part of aging, but that's ridiculous. Many times it's actually the result of accumulated stress and tension patterns over time. Your spine is designed to move. It's designed to distribute that movement and that load efficiently throughout the body. But when certain areas stop moving well, other areas start overworking. And eventually, your body's going to let you know. Again, it's going to let you know with those body signals. Simple things start feeling harder than they should. So getting out of bed, sitting through work, standing for too long, bending, lifting, twisting, even recovering after a long day. Sometimes people even notice that they're more tired overall, they've got less energy, they've got poor sleep, and they're just kind of feeling worn down. And because constant muscle tension, what does it do? It takes energy, right? That muscle tension takes energy. Your body is working harder than it should just to function normally. And here's where a lot of people really get stuck, what they don't understand. They chase symptoms, they stretch constantly, they massage the tight area. Oh, let me just get the massage gun out here. They rest for a day or two, and maybe it feels a little better temporarily, but then it comes back because the underlying movement patterns have never really changed. The body is still adapting to the same stress. That's why in chiropractic care, we focus on function and movement, not just the symptoms, right? The goal isn't simply just to cover things up or temporarily relax your muscles. It feels great to just get a massage or to get the massage gun out there. The goal is to restore better movement and to reduce the stress patterns causing the problems in the first place. When joints move better, muscles don't have to compensate as much. And, the body doesn't have to stay in protection mode all of the time. So people that get chiropractic often notice they move easier, they feel looser, they sleep better, they have more energy, and they stop feeling like their body is constantly fighting against them. Now, this doesn't mean that life suddenly becomes perfect if you get adjusted. We're still going to sit, we're still going to work, we're still going to use phones, we're still going to use computers, but the body handles stress better when it's functioning the way that it's designed to. And honestly, most people just wait too long before paying attention to these signs and symptoms, right? They normalize stiffness, they normalize tension, they normalize waking up sore every morning. But those things aren't normal, right? That's feedback. That's your body giving you feedback. And the good news is this, those patterns can often improve when you address the root cause. That's what we focus on at the Cafe of Life. That's what we focus on in our office. Chiropractic is not a quick fix. It's not just masking symptoms, but it's helping your body move, function, and adapt better over time. Because when your body moves better, life just feels better. You sleep better, you work better, you exercise better, you recover better, and you stop thinking about discomfort all day long. So if you've been dealing with reoccurring neck stiffness, shoulder tightness, back tension, or movement that just feels off, don't just ignore it. Pay attention to what your body is trying to tell you. You don't have to figure it out alone. We're here to help. So call, click, come in, check us out, and let us help you get your body moving back to the way it was designed to. Hope this has been helpful, and we hope to connect with you soon.